listening to Ghost of the Coast, Volume 12, starring Rattlesnake Dre, Kyle Crosby of Louisiana Dread, and Blake Tauzin.
I think it's kind of fitting that my girlfriend and I watched the opening ceremony for the Olympics in Tokyo, and obviously where the fuck else would it be? We all know where it's at. But so we were watching the opening ceremony, and I couldn't help but think this is like way 1800s, early 1800s, when Napoleon was exiled to the last island that he was at. I think it was Elba or St. Helena. Somebody could correct me, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant to the topic. But they had there's this place in New Orleans in the French Quarter called Napoleon House. That used to be the old mayor's house. And one night they had a bar downstairs, we all drinking, partying, whatever. And in there they were playing like poker, and they said, "Look, let's go get Napoleon." And we're in the United States at this point. So what if we go get Napoleon, break him out, bring him here, and start a republic, independent of the United States? Because we're recently bought by the United States at this point. So everybody's getting drunk and like, fuck yeah, what if we do that? We got the means to do it.
That sounded like bar talk when they were like, you know what we're going to do?
Yeah.
We're going to break him out. Isn't that where a lot of good stuff starts, though, right?
It is. So they say, hey, I got the boats. Let's do it. Somebody says, yeah, I got another boat. Yeah, we'll get some people. Because, I mean, the British are very formidable at this point, and they're blockading the whole area. But it's all leading up to the War of 1812, which the United States and Great Britain fought anyway. So they are just playing. All these ideas are shooting out, and then the mayor, whose house it is, says, fuck it. If you could get him over here, he can stay here. This is going to be his house. I got my other house I'll live at. This is going to be his house. Get some money. They fund it. Set sail off the Mississippi River. They heading to go break Napoleon out. Before they get to the mouth of the river, they hear word that he had died. So then by the time the word got to him, they were in the Gulf. They turn around, came back in. But I couldn't help but think, like, what could have been if that was successful and Louisiana was an independent nation. How would we be represented in those opening ceremonies, and what kind of athletes we would have
as our own country?
Jesus, right? I mean, we have some athletes that come out of the state, no doubt,
in every sport.
Right.
I mean, look at me.
Yeah. I'm looking at you.
Anthony Bourdain has traveled all over the world, and he said that New Orleans is beyond any other place he's ever traveled to. It's like there's no other place that even comes close to what New Orleans is.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Me too. And I don't spend as much time in New Orleans as maybe both of y'all, but I love it. I absolutely love it.
It's addicting. And you love her, she's going to love you back.
And I'm so glad it's so close too. You know,
that's
in 1
how
hour.
Lucky, you know. We need a train system. I'm preaching it again. This is the fourth fucking time I say this on this show, probably. Train system.
More than 4.
Right. And how about passenger rail from Lafayette or Lake Charles all the way to Slidell, and then go upwards? You have I drew up the whole plan, the whole blueprint of it. I was showing it to people like a maniac, and they were asking for funding, and I showed everything, and they were like, oh, well, maybe, who knows? Hey, let's just do it.
The Crosby train system.
It don't even have to be named after me. It could be called
Tauzin train system.
It would be called Run a Train.
That would, okay. That would be cool, though. Like the last time you said, like, if you want to spend the afternoon or the day in New Orleans, leave in the morning, grab all your stuff, take the train there, spend the day, drink, eat, buy everything you want, and then just cruise on back.
How about this? How about you can live in Abbeville, wake up early in the morning, get on a train, go to Fouchon. go to work. That's getting people to jobs, that's more than just getting all fucked up, and that decreases drunk driving rates, decreases all that kind of stuff.
Traffic.
Pollution. God, it would benefit so much just to do that, and we have the means to do it. It's just
Who's taking it?
people are dragging ass, huh?
Who's taking the money?
Right, it's who's taking the money, and it's always just backdoor peddling. And it's always this, the other thing. They try to say you can't use this rail because we want that for freight, when we already have 3 lines for freight. I don't think we need any more. If we could have 1 passenger rail, I think let's be fair here. I mean...
Well, I know there used to be like the Amtrak system.
Yeah.
That you can go to the West Coast and East Coast. I've ridden Amtrak out of New Orleans to Alabama before.
Mm-hmm.
And it passes right here in Schriever.
Yeah.
But I don't know
I've
how specific.
I'm talking about like bullet trains, that high-speed rails that they have in Europe that get you to places
Like
much faster.
those magnetic ones in China and stuff.
Japan.
Yeah,
really
that's
has
it, Japan.
I've been in Schriever metal detecting along one of the railroads, and one of the Amtraks passed, and I just watched 100 people's faces going, they were making this weird face like, what is that guy doing in the woods? And I just stood there.
Dude, dress like the Rougarou next time and just start running around.
That is a great idea.
Yeah.
Dude, next time you go by the train tracks, I'm coming.
Dress like a Rougarou. Oh my god.
You're gonna dress as the Rougarou. I'm gonna be the helpless vixen running around scared.
Okay, if you just act like you're limp and I'm gonna be dragging you, front page. Front page.
Of everything.
Our mental hospital.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that'd be so funny. We could get somebody to film it from afar too.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, everybody has cell phones.
So
in their hands,
everybody's, we're gonna get
so
multiple views.
it's gonna be there.
That'd be funny. But yeah, back to the Olympics. Have that big pelican flag walking down the entryway, and have that unique blend of all races, and have our unique culture. Have people that sound like they're from Texas, and people that sound like they're from Boston. People that sound like they're from Mars. It's a wide assortment of people, so we have that melting pot already.
That statement is going to be so true in the next couple of years, right?
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Are you gonna get on Bezos' next aircraft?
Probably not.
No?
I'm doing pretty good right where I'm at.
That's what I'm saying. They don't have much to... Well, I mean, bro, they need you in Mars to see some shit.
Well, can you imagine metal detecting on Mars? If you find anything.
The second you find something.
You think they're going to find anything out there or no?
Yeah.
I know this is a stretch going from Ghost to the Coast to Aliens.
Aliens
Of
on the
Mars.
Mars.
Yeah.
I think they'll find something. Maybe not on Mars, but they're going to find something soon.
Yeah.
If they haven't already. And
Even if
just
it's
aren't
like
disclosing it.
bacteria or...
Right. Of course. That's more than likely what it is. It'd be bacteria in water.
I think they've already found water under the surface.
Of Mars.
Liquid.
If they have that, then they got to have something.
Never know.
Crazy.
Because
Is
they
it?
won't tell us.
No.
Why not?
Control.
Well, that would cause mass chaos amongst every religion. This proves so much, but then they'd have to rewrite their whole doctrines of every single religion on the planet.
That's the same excuse Catholics gave during the Protestant Reformation. Universal education would cause this mass chaos. They didn't want to change the church sessions from Latin to unspeakable English.
If you think about it, we've been lied to our whole life, whether it's from the government, history, or our parents.
Yeah.
I mean, how many of us told, no, Santa Claus is real, you better blah, blah, blah.
Well, I thought that's why you were going to get so mad at him earlier for making fun of your mama. My mama told me, so it is real.
That's like some, what was that? What was that show with Adam Sandler?
Big Daddy.
No.
Waterboy.
He made
Waterboy.
that. Oh.
Mama is right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we were lied to for a lot of shit.
Still getting lied to.
I think, though, that just the easy access to information and stuff, it makes a difference. But, I mean, what you think, why you think they would hide, it would be detrimental for people to know?
They would hide to try to find a way to control it first. So they won't like, say the United States finds something. You think they're really going to disclose that information for the world to know? So China, Russia, all these other countries can try to jump on board and utilize whatever they find.
Well, they're finding shit too.
What about all the alien stuff that's going on right now? Like, there's a lot of... Like, they're just coming out and admitting to it. Should I trust that, or is that just like we're throwing them a line of bullshit?
They did that in the 50s and the 60s too, with the Roswell stuff.
Yeah.
It's not as much as we see now. I think it's a hot topic, so you see it trending more. I think it's possible, but
I hope to God we don't find something that's just way more advanced than us, because I think we're done.
we probably will.
Think about think about everything else that's think about how we treat our dogs and our pets. Think about how we treated humans just less than 100 years ago.
Last week.
Yeah.
Every day.
Just imagine if an alien species that's been around for 1,000,000 years would come down and go, y'all are still killing each other for what? Because if they have weapons, they'll be a lot worse than ours, where they could this would be like Thanos and just snap their finger and we're all done.
Yeah.
It's possible. I mean, you never know. I mean, just look at how ancient history kind of points towards it with writings and, monuments in South America and stuff, like, there's this mountain range that's high up in South America. I don't know the exact place, but on this mountain range, there's prehistoric carvings of animals that existed all over the world, not just to the Americas. There's like statues built high up in these mountains I don't know.
Yeah. Why would they know about all these animals from all over the world when they were supposed to be a specific spot? Crazy.
There's also, what is it called, the doorway to the gods?
Yeah.
There. You've heard of that?
I've seen the perfectly symmetrical cut.
Yeah.
That blows my mind.
I mean, even though the Plaquemine tribe and stuff like that, you'll see in the burial mounds and stuff. What went on those places, like the thoughts that went through these early Native American people's minds and stuff when they see the stars, or like at Poverty Point in North Louisiana, or the burial mounds at LSU. Just to be in that time period, to have a completely different way of thinking about the cosmos and life in general, really really opens your mind to new perspectives, because it makes you, as a modern day human being, think about how other things will impact you and your thoughts, and how that will be perceived in the future. So how are people going to look at this in 300 years? Oh, were they, looking at things in a relatively closed lens, or a different lens than their predecessors? Are we going to advance more, or are we going to go backwards?
Definitely think we're going backwards.
Like so many civilizations before.
That's what they said. World War One was fought with rifles. World War II was fought with a little bit more advanced. But they said that definitely World War III, they don't know what they're going to fight with. But World War IV is definitely going to be fought with sticks and rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we have a world war right now, it's complete devastation on all sides. And we're closer now than ever before.
I hate the term world war.
Yeah.
Like, it's like World War One, World War Two. But realistically, every war that's been fought in the last 100 years has been a mixture of countries all across the world. So it's some kind of crappy way to label the wars.
I hope not. There's a lot of crazies out there that's like they want
Superpowers involved.
I mean, but you look at what's happening now in the Middle East. It is a world war. Whether they're not going to come out in the media and say World War III, but you have every major power funding proxy groups that are fighting each other in a war. So they're not directly fighting each other.
That's what makes it a world
war. But they're
war.
indirectly fighting each other.
That's what makes it a world war, is when they directly attacking each other. That's the difference. And like, you don't see Brazil In Iraq, probably. I mean, I don't know. I might be insulting a bunch of people just by saying that. Fuck. There's probably like a Brazilian infantry group that's want to kill me now. But no, like, you don't see U.S. troops shooting at Russian troops.
No.
Then that would be a World War III. But I'll say like you, they did misplace it because they did have a world war before World War I, and all by those standards. But it was 7 years war, and
there's a few others.
Yeah.
You know, especially like pre-Napoleon time. You know, where you had massive wars going on across Europe, just as Europe was expanding.
But that's not a.
You know,
that's not a world war.
Or even against like the European countries against the Islamic countries fighting for access to Africa and into Turkey and stuff like that. You know,
that was like their world war, but then they didn't have anybody in the Americas fighting.
It was the only war that mattered.
I really can't imagine that if we'd ever have a war one day where troops would invade, you know, they would just land on our shore. Can you imagine a boat landing on, say, Grand Isle, marching on there and just started taking over businesses or shooting people? Because that's happened before. They would
probably do it with massive success. What do you think of technology now? You know how much the Coast Guard knows coming around.
And I think
every single person in this country, the majority of them anyway, are armed. So that's double the.
But even if you're armed, the element of surprise is still.
Right. Of course.
And you don't know how to fight in unison. If an army's walking in,
they wouldn't make it till the Rose.
You know.
I'm confident they wouldn't make it till the Rose.
They definitely hit that East Coast up first.
Once they hit Golden Medal, they done for sure. The mosquito's gonna eat them up.
Fair enough.
Whomever it may be.
The West Nile. You know, but that's one of the biggest, I think, misconceptions we have. Like, we're known, all of us, everyone in America is pretty armed, heavily, right? That's great and all. But if you're not trained, one, and two, you look at our military power today, trust me, they are way more able than what they've ever been to take care of mass population. Look at it. I mean, we do it across the Middle East and Africa now, you know, against countries that are very armed. But, I mean, think about it when they could just poison your water supply, drop one bomb on you that'll just level, you know.
Blocks and or miles.
Yeah, but that's why we have
cities.
That's what the military is for.
Right.
You know. But in this scenario, I was thinking that our military just disappears or something. Like,
how long do you think it would take them to respond if they made it through and a real threat actually happened? You know, it would still take some time for them to respond and
there'd never be like an invasion because it would just have to be.
You think though?
No, of course not.
Because China has like 4 or 5 to 1.
Yeah, how are they gonna get here?
They just start sending ships.
They have freaking laser beams they can shoot from satellites.
China?
Yeah, they have 2 or 3 battleships. They have not near enough ships to get that many troops over here.
Drones.
That would be possible, but then it would all just be registered. I think we're getting a little bit off topic.
Dragons.
We're talking about fucking drone strikes.
Goes to the coast, guys. We're talking about drones this week.
And now a clip from Louisiana Dread.
Legend tells of a train wreck in the early 1900s here in the Honey Island Swamp in Pearl River, Louisiana. A traveling circus was on this train, and when it crashes, a bunch of chimpanzees escaped into the swamp and they started interbreeding with the alligators, which leads to the creation of the being known as the Honey Island Swamp Monster. Another legend suggests that the beast came about from failed medical experiments and crossbreeding chimps and gators, but the description remains the same. It's bipedal, 2 legs, 7 feet tall with matted gray hair and yellow or reddish eyes. 2 men, Harlan Ford and Billy Mills, claim to have seen the creature in 1963 and 1974. They came and made a cast of the footprint of a supposed creature, and they even have Super 8 footage of the beast that can be found online. Another man named Ted Williams claims to have seen more than one of these creatures. Now, Ted said that he could have killed them, but they didn't seem to want to harm him. One day, Ted takes his boat out into the swamp to go fishing, and he was never seen again. All right, y'all. Go follow Louisiana Dread on TikTok, on Instagram, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. Go check out all the new stuff, and go follow the Patreon. Check all that, those awesome tiers, all that kind of stuff. And looking forward to talking next time, baby.
Yep, T-shirts coming soon.
T-shirts getting designed, baby. Get ready. The merch is hitting.
I put it out there already, so.
The merch is hitting, and we got some new specials coming out on the French language. Words that we use interchangeably with the English words is going to highlight our culture, and that people that don't even live in this area will be able to use and to know when we say traka to mean a big tonade.
What did you call the cop's flashlight earlier? You had said some
Bulleye.
Bulleye. No one's going to know what that is. That's a light on the cop's car that he uses to point at stuff.
Right.
So.
We'll edit that back there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Andre.
All right, no problem.
So go here. We have a bunch of new specials coming out. And be talkative. We're going to have a live stream coming soon. We're going to answer all kind of questions that people submitted through the past month. And I have a list, a bunch of them. It's going to be an hour special. I'll show some merch that we're going to be doing, giveaways and stuff like that to kind of promote, because this is a whole new season of the Dread. And it's coming on October, baby. That's going to be spooky season.
I'll be on there. Go check it out.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to Ghosts of the Coast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And go check out Louisiana Dread and subscribe to their Patreon. Ghosts of the Coast, a DSR production.